All right, folks, it's Saturday. Um, it's the 21st or 22nd today, I don't know. It's just shy of 4:30 p.m. and I'm just doing some of the simple night chores that we have these days. I just got done feeding this lot of heifers, these bunch of little piggies, their grain. There's a few coughs going on out here today, so I ended up giving this grain ration a small shot of aeromycin, which I'm a big believer in. That stuff's worth its weight in gold. Had a little problem with these heifers here today, and I'm probably going to continue to have one. Why don't you take a look at this here? This is that second crop sorghum, and they are mad. You know, they were on that beautiful alfalfa baleage for quite a while, and I changed it up with one of these bales of sorghum. Now I want you to look at this here. Not too pleased at all. I am glad I'm seeing this though. I need to make some changes, and this is all learning experience, so I need to make some changes. It either needs to be baled a lot wetter, not the first crop wet, that was too much. It either needs to be baled at a higher moisture, or it needs to be cut well prematurely than what I even did. I guess we're gonna say almost, we'll even call it the 4 foot height, because this is not tolerable. Not one iota. This just isn't going to work. The cows didn't have a problem with it. Actually, the cows did have a little problem with it. The cows were, you remember that video I showed of feeding out that second crop? If you can believe this or not, half of that bale was left the next morning. I would have thought it had been gone in an hour by the way they were attacking that stuff, but half that bale was left in the morning. Now they finished it up. It took them a while. I made them finish it, and they did. But that really stemmy stuff there is unexcusable. So it either needs to be at a higher moisture, same height, 5-6 feet, higher moisture, or I need to do it at an earlier stage. So that's what this is all about. This is a trial and error. There's lots of things to figure out, lessons to learn, and I am not embarrassed one bit in any of this. I'm here to show anybody that is looking at possibly doing this next year, or the year after, or whatever. This is for educational purposes here. Okay, what's going to happen with this bale? Well, these are my spoiled little babies here. This is a spoiled little heifer lot. They're not going to eat that. End of story. They're not going to eat it. They've been picking at it little by little bits because they're starving. They're hungry. They have a little bit of hay left, but what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take the rest of that bale out of there. I'm going to throw it over the fence, and the cows will get to it sooner than later. They will clean it up and pick it up. And I'm going to give these spoiled bunch of girls here their alfalfa. They gave me a little bit of trouble today. I'm actually a little happy about it. I have a fencer problem. There's 2 fencers on this farm. We got the big boy for the entire pasture system and behind the barn. And then we got a small guy. I don't know. It might be a 5 miler, I believe. And there's something wrong with it. Now it's been it's been rehabbed once already, and it won't be again. It needs to be replaced, which I will probably do next week. That's going to be my Christmas gift to myself, I guess. Okay, where I was going with that is the fencer problem that I'm talking about controls this little fence here. That's where it comes from. And a few of them got out today. They bullied their way right through the line. Of course, if they're not getting shocked, they're just going to walk under it or over it. And guess where they made their way? The alfalfa baleage. So they win. What do you want? When I'm done in the barn here, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that and give them a fresh bale of alfalfa. That's why I made it. I'm not going to cry the blues too much. I would like to see them eat up that sorghum. And I believe they'd probably do a little bit better job with that first crop stuff that we're going to call pea soup. But yeah, they're getting alfalfa. Bale sales went pretty darn good today. Had a lot of individual sales here at the farm, and then a couple of field sales. We got a giant sale coming up the day after Christmas, about noonish. There's a gentleman coming from an hour and a half away he said he can fit on 34 bales. So he's wanting probably about 25 bales of alfalfa baleage, and he's gonna take a test of he's gonna take some of that sorghum home, see how he likes it. So pretty happy about that. Things are fair. I thought they'd be a lot busier, but I'm gonna blame it on weather. But no complaints. Let's go look at the young'uns. Well, I need a third hand sometimes, don't you? These little guys and gals, they got their grain here for the night. They're just polishing it up now. That's the first thing I do is feed them their grain. So while I'm messing around with other stuff, they're finishing it up so I can come on in here and throw a bunch of hay in here for the night. I also have to replenish their water tubs, which I've stated before is a pain in the butt, but it's the price it has to be paid, and it's an extra 15 minutes, so who cares? What's time worth? Not much these days. Folks, that's it. Just a little update. Just checking in. Hope all is well. I actually got to get my butt in gear. I have our family started Christmas celebrations today. I've missed the majority of it, which is okay. It's called house hopping. House hopping or tree tasting or something. It's neat. It's pretty nice. And I'm able to hit the last house just in time so I can go there and eat like a fool and maybe have a few drinks and come home. So that's about it. So anyway, folks, we're going to talk to you sooner than later.